Hi there, my name is Dr. Bernard Fragomeni, and I am the founder of No More Diet. Odds are, if you landed on our website, you're on some sort of a search and destroy mission to find out information about lifestyle or diet or exercise or something to do with well-being. Maybe you had a healthcare crisis in your own life pop up with maybe a poor checkup. But nonetheless, you ended up here and we're glad that you found us. Our hope is to become that last place you go to learn how to take care and transfer your life from being a haphazard human being, what we call, to an on-purpose well-being, or take your lifestyle to the next level and live more of what we call a health style. Nonetheless, you're here and we're glad that you are. Now look, what we've done is below you're going to see a link, one out to YouTube for a full interview program that we conducted just recently with 7 key questions that we think people would want answered so that they can feel comfortable and have trust in the folks that are helping them solve these issues. Also below, what we've done is divided them up into the 7 areas, so you can either listen to all of them or listen to one at a time. But what I thought that I would do, since you ended up here today and we want to make good use of your time, is just kind of rapid fire, which is a difficult thing for me to do if you knew me, go through and answer kind of the 7 questions in a much briefer fashion. Like I said, then you can look down below for the answers. So a lot of people have been asking me why I found No More Diet. Well, look, simply put, I get you if you're one of those people that are in the condition that I mentioned, because I was you. At age 40, I weighed 255 pounds. I was on 4 different medications. I was stressed out. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I knew that I needed to do something different. Since discovering the principles behind No More Diet, I can tell you that right now at this time frame, I weigh 190 pounds. I'm not on any medications, and I certainly do not have the issues around my health that I had in the past. I had things going on all the way up to a cancer scare, but thank God I didn't end up with cancer. But I had everything going on from a gastrointestinal tract other than that. What else provided an impetus for me? Well, I saw an unbelievably diametrically opposed example of my grandfather living to the age of 95, who had his faculties and health up right near the end and had a wonderful, what we call, health span in this business. And diametrically opposed to that, I saw my dad die in my arms at age 56 from a massive coronary. You know, the last thing, which is a little bit tough for me to even talk about, was a very dear and near friend of mine who passed away around the same age as my dad, leaving behind a beautiful family. So to me, that, and then the capstone was as I started my medical studies and started learning of children getting diseases that were typically reserved for adults, like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and type 2 diabetes. I just felt like someone was knocking on the back of my head, or the universe was saying, look, you almost went to medical school 3 different times. Now is the time. So at the age of 50, I made a massive change in my life and founded No More Diet along the way. Who could benefit from working with us? I mean, the short quip could be everyone. We know about 67% of the people out there are suffering from either chronic diseases, conditions, and are categorized as obese. But look, you know, not everybody has that going on. So, you know, are you the type of person that drives around in the parking lot because you don't want to walk too far in the mall? Do you have to lay down on a bed to button jeans? Do you have the fat clothes? I've had all these things. Do you get out of breath going up a flight of stairs? I mean, I would just basically say, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're someone we can work with. And with our programs, we go everywhere from like a survey program up to a mastery program. So there's something for everyone. And I'll talk about those in a moment. How would I compare our solutions to other solutions? Well, we better be thinking that ours are the best out there, and we do believe it, and we hope that we're the last place anyone would ever have to come to take care of themselves, learn how to take care of themselves, to adapt a healthier lifestyle, and learn how to never diet. But look, you can go out and get another book. I mean, books can be great. Certain diet gurus have put out great books. Other physicians that are professionals in metabolic medicine as well have put out books. And there's great stuff out there. There's a ton of content. I wouldn't knock anybody for that. But to digest that stuff, implement it, and make it part of your permanent lifestyle can sometimes be difficult without the hand-holding of a coach, teacher, mentor model that we have. There's also other programs out there that do involve community and have groups that get involved with things. They typically have you buying and eating their foods. I'm not a big fan of processed food. We believe in the whole food thing. But, you know, the longer term teaching of how to go from that to live the rest of your life, we think falls down on many of those. There's certainly multi-level marketing programs out there that want you to buy their powder or potion or supplements. And there's many other apps. And by the way, we have a kick-ass app that's like having a wellness coach in your back pocket in real-time connections. And that's how we put information out on a daily basis and weekly basis to the folks that are working with us. I've been accused in the past of, oddly enough, talking just about our mastery program and our center of influence program, which is our top program. And the reason why is because we're in the middle of what I would call a ginormous healthcare crisis. I think you probably know people that sound like me and your family or your friends, or were like my dad. And we know that there's just a huge number of people that are sick. And we know that we need to find other people that want to expand and help this movement that we're trying to start. We can't do this one person at a time. We need people that want to help their families, that want to help their friends and or acquaintance or business associates. We need people that want to help their communities. We have to truly take an arithmetic or geometric approach to this problem if we're going to get our arms around it from a society standpoint. And we are really all in this together. Why do I think people fail, or why have people failed in the past? Well, you know, it really becomes a question of perception and reality. People perceive they don't have willpower, they don't have the drive or determination, it's just not for them, they're not bad compared to somebody else, so why do they need to do it? But really, those are not the real reasons that people fail. The main reason people fail, and we have patterned ourselves a bit off of the seminal work of Dr. Prochaska's great work called Thrive to Change, is they just don't know how to change. So we spend a tremendous amount of time teaching people how to change, getting them to weigh the pros and cons, the pros of staying, the pros of making a change, and the cons of staying in the current situation that they're in. We also know that people have pretty poor timing. They jump into things a lot of times when they're not mentally, physically, or emotionally ready to really make a commitment. We also know that people tend to maybe do it for the wrong reason. You know, there's a good thing though about the wrong reason. I'll give you one in particular. When you ask people why they want to get healthier or why they want to lose weight, well, oftentimes what they'll just say is they want to look better. Really, the real reason is vanity. And look, if that provides you with the impetus and the inertia to get moving on in the direction of a healthier lifestyle, I think it's awesome. I mean, to me, that's really not an issue. The bigger issue is getting you to stay committed to that and having some other more important whys behind it. Preventing disease or perhaps curing disease by adapting a healthier lifestyle. We do know that many of these chronic diseases and conditions could be in part and parcel eliminated just by adapting a healthier lifestyle. So enough said on that. I can tend to get up on a soapbox. How about our various programs? Well, look, I've already talked about our mentor model, or our coach influencer model. Our introductory program, all our programs are 12 weeks. All of them utilize the technology of our apps that you kind of have us in your back pocket. All of them have either weekly calls or even more intimate calls than that, depending upon if you've chosen to do it one-on-one or inside of a group. Eventually, the programs will be metered out on an online, almost like a course type of a format for people. And the idea behind these is that they each provide some sort of an incremental tweaking to our mindset, skill set, and environment, and teaching people how to change, all supported by our kick-ass community as well. In our initial program, what we do is like I said, it's 12 weeks. In the middle 6 weeks or so, we take away many of the common food allergens that people are exposed to, namely soy, wheat, dairy, and corn. And then we reintroduce those, because what we find is that many of the conditions and disease states that people are experiencing are either part and parcel caused, if not exacerbated, by undiscovered food allergies. So in that program, you get to discover that. Then we weigh your strengths and weaknesses in our key and critical areas that we work on, and we can either send you on the way, or you can decide to re-enroll into another one of the programs. And then we literally get geeked out and call them like 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, 400 level. What do we do different in each of them? In the secondary program that we go to after the initial program, we start to talk about time-restricted feeding and intermittent fasting. We do a fasting mimicking protocol with people where we get many of the benefits. If you've been reading about fasting and its benefits, you get most of the benefits that you would get from that, but you actually eat still. When we move through other programs, we would introduce your own customized food protocol and program. We would then maybe tighten down the idea of time-restricted feeding. We have another program that introduces people to plant-based or plant-centric. We do an introduction to what's called vegan keto. So if you've been doing research out there about keto and you thought you just had to eat lard and bacon to be in keto, that's not the case. And then we actually do a whole foods plant-based detox protocol during one of those programs as well. So there's something for everyone depending upon where you are. And again, you can listen to further thoughts down below or link out to the full interview in YouTube. And what are my final thoughts about myself and kind of No More Diet? Well, look, as I already mentioned, I get you because I was you. Certainly, I think it's great to have somebody that instead of it just being pure clinical experience telling you what to do, is someone that's been through it. I was very blessed that I was able to go back and get some tremendous education. I'm a board certified doctor of natural medicine. I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner. I'm a senior fellow with the American Academy of Anti-Aging and Metabolic Medicine. And I've also completed some postgraduate work in nutritional psychology and integrative and functional nutrition. So yeah, so I know what I'm talking about, but big deal. That means nothing if we can't start a movement around this. And what I mean by that is this. We need people that are like-minded, that not only want to heal themselves, but that want to heal their families and others around them. And we need to be good at getting people convinced to finally take action, getting convinced that it's okay to transform, getting people convinced that now is the time. So we're not worth anything if we can't convince enough of you folks that stumble across us that now is the right time to do this and that you can entrust your well-being, your health, and lifestyle with us. So we hope that we've taught you enough just in this short offering about that. Like I said, click down below and listen to the fuller responses. Click out to YouTube to see the full thing compiled together. Like and follow us and check back often because we're going to have a lot of content that will educate you on what's right for you and what's going to be right for your family and what's going to be right to keep you having to never diet again.